So if you think COVID-19 has gone away, you're just like fooling yourself. COVID hasn't gone away. And many Christians believe that COVID-19 is punishment of God for homosexuality in America. And that's why God killed 1 million plus Americans through COVID. God's serious about Romans chapter 1 and book of Genesis.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and this is despicable. That's the only way to describe MAGA Republicans. They're bigots and liars. They worship criminals and tyrants. But it's not just that. That's barely scratching the surface. It's just the tip of the iceberg. And when you catch a glimpse of anything else, you realize just how deep their evil runs.
People are saying, Christians are saying until COVID-19 or homosexuality is illegalized in the United States of America, America can expect God to punish America, send plague after plague. And COVID-19 is only like the first plague.
What I mean is that these people are actually genocidal. Oh, sure, maybe not all of them, but many of them are. And those are the same people radicalizing the party even further. Even if many MAGA followers aren't there yet, they soon will be, just because of how their media is pushing extremism.
Dumb woman. Of course there are satanic cults that are running this. Of course there's child abuse. Of course there's everywhere in the government. And guess what? The mainstream media is protecting them too, and that's why she feels the need to ask him these questions. Well, guess what? Trump wouldn't, he would not basically say that that wasn't true because he knows it's true. And he knows that, and he even said it himself, he was basically supporting QAnon by saying, hey, I hear they're against, so am I. Because he knows.
Okay. Guys, I'm Maz Jobrani, and you were just watching a clip from Real America's Voice. It's a network that was started for Steve Bannon to have his show. And now the show you were just watching was called Water Cooler. And you've got Anna Perez talking to David Brody. And they're talking about the raid on Mar-a-Lago from the FBI.
This is the worst attack on this republic in modern history. Period.
They're saying that this is all a hit from the deep state because they are trying to stop Trump from exposing the pedophiles. Sound familiar? This was the QAnon crap we were dealing with during the pandemic. I thought it was gone. It's back. It's back. And Anna Perez has a point to make. She says Trump has been giving them signals because he's been saying he's with QAnon because he was asked one time about QAnon, and he said, well, I heard QAnon opposes, and so do I. Who doesn't oppose, I guess? But the point is, this is cuckoo stuff. It's like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And somehow, she's got a show, and he's got a show, and people watch this. First of all, this is the nuttiest. I blame Ronald Reagan, because Ronald Reagan, he dismantled the places where people that had mental health issues were going. He dismantled all that. And so now you have people that have mental health issues are on shows. She's got a show. I blame Ronald Reagan and Al Gore, who claims he started the internet. Because the internet has allowed people like this woman, Anna Perez, and David Brody to have a show where there's some poor dude sitting at home who does not have the capacity to think critically and be like, why is Donald Trump somehow in charge of catching pedophiles? Like, how did that even come about? And why hasn't he done it? What's he waiting for? And why is it that all the pedophiles are all Democrats, but actually recently has come out that there's been some Republicans that have been caught with and that kind of stuff on their phones. I mean, there's just no logic.
And that was another hint he was dropping to us. A lot of people are saying, yeah, we knew that those parts, but guess what? This is all part of the puzzle that I'm trying to put together here, which is that the deep state, ultimately this past raid of Mar-a-Lago, it's a threat.
Right.
It's a threat because they don't want him to expose the that he knows about.
Right.
And that's what impeachment was about. That's what the Russia hoax was about. That's what that's what January 6th was about. That's why they planted all those people from the FBI there.
That's right.
Because they wanted to make Trump look like he's some domestic terrorist, like he's some insurrectionist.
Right.
And just when you think it can't get any more cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she starts saying everything that's ever happened to Donald Trump was because the deep state is trying to stop him from exposing the it's crazy, and it gets crazier because she's going back to the theory. The original theory of January 6th was originally MAGA was saying, and QAnon people were saying that it was actually Antifa who attacked the Capitol. And then they said, no, there was FBI that was inside the crowd that attacked the Capitol. So they still believe in that. This stuff is funny, but then it gets dangerous because there are people watching these people like Anna Perez who says, I'm trying to piece it together. Who are you? Why are you trying to piece it together? Are you an investigator? Because you're not good at it. It's a lot of cuckoo theories coming together that don't make any sense. But there's people at home watching and going, yeah, because that guy David Brody's next door going, yeah. And eventually it leads to dangerous stuff.
It was a threat. It was a threat from the deep state.
Right.
They're coming after him, and it's because they don't want him to expose the. And you know what? He hasn't really yet. He hasn't.
No,
He's dropped
really
hints,
hasn't.
but he hasn't fully exposed them yet. What will be interesting is to see if in 2024, if he runs again, or even if he doesn't run again, if he does decide to do that.